Hi, welcome to Give Me the Bible, where God's Word speaks for itself. I want to begin introducing this concept of a denomination, and we want to ask the question, what exactly is a denomination? Now, I'm going to try to make this fairly clear in this video, but stick around for future videos because we're really going to examine what the specific problems are with denominations and really trying to harmonize that with what the Bible teaches. But a denomination is basically a religious organization. Okay, so let's just say you've got this up here, this religious organization that basically unites local congregations into one single religious body. And this religious body is identifiable by a common structure, doctrine, and name. So in other words, what you have is you have a overseeing body, religious body up here, and it oversees the work of its individual local congregations. And part of overseeing that work is making sure that all these local congregations stick to the same doctrine, and they have the same name, and they have the same structure. They maintain this ordered structure. This started really in the 2nd century A.D. when and some of the leadership of a church was concerned about a smaller congregation somewhere else that didn't have leadership. And so what they decided was, well, they're going to oversee the work of that congregation as well. And over time, other churches started doing the same thing until eventually all the leaders of those different local churches started realizing, well, they needed leaders over them. And so you had leaders over them, and then leaders over them, and then leaders over them, and what you ended up with was this complex structural organization of bishops and cardinals and the Pope, okay? And denominations basically follow a similar type of structure, though it may not be the exact same as the Catholic Church. And what I want you all to see, and just be clear on, is that this is absolutely not anywhere near the way that the Bible teaches that churches are to be organized. There is absolutely zero in the Bible, zero governing body that makes sure, okay, that oversees the work of all the local congregations. There's not one group of elders or one group of pastors that maintain the work and oversee the work of all these different local congregations underneath them. That's not the way the Bible teaches it at all. The Bible teaches that every single one of these local congregations, they are each to have their own set of elders, okay, that oversees the work in that specific location. And the elders from one church are not to oversee the work of a different church in a different location. And that's just clear from what we see in the Bible. In fact, notice what he says in 1 Peter. I'll just give you an example of this, where Peter's writing to the elders. Okay, and we haven't really talked much about what an elder is, and we're going to do that in future videos. But just notice in chapter 5, he says in verse 1, "Therefore I exhort the elders among you as your fellow elder and witness of the sufferings of Christ, and a partaker also of the glory that is to be revealed. Shepherd the flock of God among you, exercising oversight, not under compulsion, but voluntarily, according to the will of God, and not for sordid gain, but with eagerness, nor yet as lording is over those allotted to your charge, but proving to be examples to the flock." Peter says that they need to shepherd those that have been allotted to their charge. And what he says is to shepherd the flock that is among you. Okay? Be elders to the people that are among you. He doesn't say oversee the work of a local congregation in some other country. Okay? He says do it among you. And this is key, because this is why with denominations you'll see and hear things like headquarters. Right? You'll hear that type of language, like the Mormons have their headquarters in Utah. Okay, Jehovah's Witnesses, they used to have their headquarters in New York. I'm not sure. I believe it moved. I'm not completely up to date on that. But you have certain headquarters. That basically, what that means is it's this main organization that oversees the work of all these smaller local congregations. And that's just not at all what we see in the Bible. And I hope that'll become clearer as we go through and study this further. But I hope that's clear for now, at least for a starting point. Thank you so much for listening, and Lord willing, I'll see you next time.